They're coming to turn 3. Patrick is driven away from the scene. The long dry spell for Kevin Harvick and Richard Childress Racing comes to a close at Phoenix. He slides to the finish line while they crash behind him. Keselowski threads the needle as cars crash to the checkered flag.
I don't understand why they didn't throw the caution there.
You can't be any more stupid than that. There was a crash on the backstretch entering turn number 3 with 2 laps to go. There was obviously oil all over the track, and what does NASCAR do? Just like their typical normal fashion, they do not throw the caution flag, leading the entire field to do another lap, and when they come back around, oil is all over the racetrack. There's a huge crash on the front stretch involving multiple people and wrecking a lot of race cars after the race. This is by far one of the stupidest things in NASCAR. In this video, we're going to be looking at some of the stupidest things that have ever happened in NASCAR. Just like after this race, when Dale Jr. just decided to crash a couple cars after the race. Everybody slowed down and Dale Jr. just decided to get to the back of some cars and turn them around. This was by far one of the stupidest moments of Dale Jr.'s career, and I'm a Dale Jr. fan.
This is after the checkers. That was Jr. who hit Kyle Larson and set that off, it looks like.
Oh, that was a hard lick right there for Ryan Reed.
This is the notebook that was laying, I think, on the trunk of the 27 car, Paul Menard.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
And that's Slugger Labby's notes scattered, well, all the way around the racetrack.
Is that Slugger hiding from us right there?
And there it goes.
There it goes. It was just sitting up there on the deck lid, just pretty as you please, till he came off the corner.
Well, Matt Kenseth found some of those notes right there. Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch it stick to the grill here.
So
Bam.
if the 27 car is watching our broadcast, if you'll go down to Matt Kenseth, you'll at least find 2 pages of the notes.
There's Slugger right there.
Yeah.
I feel horrible for that crew chief. Imagine leaving your setup notebook on the roof of a race car and it taking off to go practice and you lose all your hard work you've worked on. That's just one of the funniest moments that I bet that crew chief will never live down in his lifetime. That is one of the stupidest things. I feel bad for him.
42, got a little out of the groove there. Clear by 2 in the 48, 1 out of the 42. Stay low.
I think he was behind that car and he couldn't see, and I think when he went to the inside, he clipped the, I think that it clipped the grass.
What about when Dale Jr. decided to clip the grass entering turn number 1 at Texas Motor Speedway, sending his car into a blaze of flames? Dale Jr. clips the inside grass, and the grass was extremely wet because it had rained overnight, sending his car into the wall on the entrance of turn number 1 at Texas.
Oh, no, what happened? A problem for Ty Gibbs. This is in the front.
Oh, wow.
Straightaway chicane, the Shelton chicane.
I heard the crowd in the background, and I wasn't sure what happened.
Jesse, 3 laps down.
Oh, wow.
I mean, he's 3 laps down, running 34th.
Yeah, I mean, like, we need to see more to really tell the story, but we've been under caution for a while. So there's really no reason for Jesse to be running that fast and certainly not getting into the leader.
Jesse Iwuji is usually remembered in NASCAR for not being that good of a NASCAR driver, and it all came to a pivotal point at Portland in 2022. When under caution, he was told to pass race leader Ty Gibbs to give him the free pass award. When he did, he wrecked Ty Gibbs. The entire crowd started cheering, the announcers was going crazy, and it was just so embarrassing for him.
The wall at the right opportunity.
Something broke there. Yeah, he went sideways and it's broke, and now the caution's going to come out for the 18. Contact as well.
Oh, Larson in it. Kyle Larson's in it.
Kyle Larson got caught up in it, the 46.
Kyle Busch crashed that race at Bristol and then ended up being plowed into by Michael Annett. And Kyle Busch was extremely upset with Michael Annett. And I mean, who would it be? Michael Annett was like 5 hours behind the crash and piles into him. That was pretty stupid.
52 and 19 getting together on the pit lane. Paulie Haraka, there you see him in the 52. Got into Alex Kennedy. Both set to make their Sprint Cup debut today. And here's a replay of what happened.
That's just guys not paying attention. That's all
right.
that is.
19, the white machine of Alex Kennedy. And Paulie Haraka apparently not watching what's going on in front of him. Just drilled him.
I have no idea what he was.
What about before you even start the race? Well, in this NASCAR race at Sonoma, a couple cars and one of the drivers was starting his first ever NASCAR race, plows into the back of another competitor. This was before the race even started, when the cars were on pit road getting ready to do the pace laps. That is pretty stupid.
Trying to take away that top spot.
Junior, I think that not.
Contact! They both hit! Bell slams into the Briscoe, and now Bell across the grass.
What kind of damage he may have gotten? Oh, yeah, a lot of left front damage. Yeah. Man. That was a great battle they had going on right there.
It looks like the 0 made the 98 check up.
That's very possible.
When you're a lapped car, the best thing to do is to get out of the way and let the leaders race it out. Well, Garrett Smithley decided he was going to pull up right in front of Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell and take them both out in the closing laps at Kansas. What a horrible decision that was.
Jumps over the edge. That's what I talked about. You know, there's great speed and grip up there. And then, unfortunately, I believe the 13, here comes Ty Dillon. Yeah, just had so much momentum coming off of turn.
And just like Kyle Busch, poor Ryan Blaney spun himself out and luckily got no damage. But here comes Ty Dillon, just like Michael Annett did, plows right into Ryan Blaney, ending his day immediately. It is so crazy to think that when you're driving at that slow of speeds, you still are that far behind and you still end up in the accident. That was pretty stupid by Ty Dillon.
Adding tape, Dale, you mentioned it earlier. We mentioned maybe some marks on the grill. Well, that piece way too large or in the wrong area. A miscalculation by the 11 crew, currently running third in the race, was in position. How long can this Toyota engine hold on? So here's the crew member right here putting it on. Man, that is that's half the grill they've covered right there.
Just so crushing for Denny Hamlin, this 11 team, the slow roll down pit road, and it's just spewing water everywhere. They're going to get the tape off of it at this point. Just kind of salvage what they can salvage here. Ford Goodyear tires, but man, look at all that water it's losing, Steve. I don't know how long that thing could last when he's going to go back out on the racetrack.
He needs to get back out there, get the temperature down. You saw the tape pulled off. Once again, that tape was put.
The guy who's never won a championship. Ultimately, the 2019 Homestead race will haunt Denny Hamlin forever. He had the dominant car towards the end of that race until Chris Gabehart, his crew chief, had his pit crew put on a giant piece of tape. Putting on tape on race cars helps the downforce of the car so the car goes faster. But when you put on an excessive amount of tape like that, you're bound to blow an engine. How Chris Gabehart didn't see that coming is beyond me. That is one of the stupidest calls by a crew chief ever. It cost them the race win and ultimately cost them a championship in 2019. Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson have an accident coming onto pit road at Charlotte during the 2015 chase for the Cup. It's pretty stupid that you make this last-minute call knowing there are so many cars around you potentially doing the exact opposite thing that you're doing. But they ended up making contact at the entrance of pit road, damaging both of their cars.
Oh, they're going behind the wall. You heard on the radiator, on the radio, is it the radiator or the oil cooler? So there must be a leak of some sort. You see the nose crushed in right here. I think it happened coming to pit road, didn't it, Jeff?
Mechanical, pull it over here behind the wall.
It almost had to. I saw everybody bottled up on pit road. You see the safety trucks on pit road.
Yeah, the ambulance stops right at the commitment line.
That's just a miscommunication. I don't know if NASCAR told them to roll, or if they rolled by themselves and pit road was open. Normally pit road would not be open with the rescue squad there, but you can see right here they have no idea he's supposed to be, that he's going to be there. He's not supposed to be there. He shouldn't be there.
It still blows my mind that I have to say this, but an ambulance almost cost Matt Kenseth a chance to make the playoffs. He was on the bubble entering that day, and he ended up being back in traffic, and entering pit road, there was an ambulance who was stopped on the racetrack. Everybody checked up for it, and Matt Kenseth rear-ended somebody, got damaged for it, ultimately ending his race and almost ending his shot at making the playoffs.